Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review, and yes, it is a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande. And as you probably know by now, I do like these pens, and I do like the Grandes. I love the slightly larger size of the pen, the weight of the pen, the length of the pen. It just feels much better in the size of my hand. So I think let's remove the outer sleeve to this box, and then you have another box, or a cardboard box, and this has Leonardo Officina Italiana on it. Now if I remove this, again it's more of a sleeve box. You then have a clamshell box, and in here, if I open it up, you'll see Leonardo Officina Italiana, and then you'll see the booklet here, and this just goes into the models of the Grande, and you'll see some of the models here. It gives you some description about the great success that they have had and other models there, and you will also have a card which just fell out, which is this one, and it says, important, do not remove the piston from the section, the piston is fixed. And yes, it is fixed. Now you also get with this a bottle of ink, and then you have the pen. And this pen is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande in the Art Deco blue. I've also seen it called the Cobalt, as in cobalt blue. Now this really is my favourite size of pen from Leonardo. This is a very large pen. Now there are a number of things that actually distinguish this. This is an ebonite. It's the Art Deco, and you can see here it has this Art Deco, or almost like a Greek keyband type thing going on here on the material. So this material is not very shiny, and the reason for that is it's ebonite. But it really is a nice material, and I do like ebonite pens. So the cap finial, it just comes to a point, and likewise the piston, or the blind cap, comes to a point. You have an Italian style roller clip which is functional. The pen tapers up to the cap here, to the cap bands, and you have 3 metal bands. There is a 4th, but when you start to unscrew it, you'll see that it is actually part of the body. Now the body tapers down to another band here, and if you start to unscrew this, this is a converter, or a piston, and it gives you access to this piston here, and that's where the gold ring is. It's part of these threads. Now this is a piston, and it clicks, which stops you actually over tightening or overturning the piston, and I do like that a lot. Now you can also get at that by removing the body if you want to, and if I unscrew the cap, you'll see here that there's something special about this nib. It is a 14 karat gold music nib from Leonardo with an ebonite feed, and this is a really, really nice writing experience if you like a broad nib. Now, as I mentioned, you can unscrew the body, and you get at the converter here, and you cannot remove this. It is glued into place. The reason why it's glued into place is that it's a much larger capacity converter, not the regular international size converters, and this just gives you more ink capacity. Now you do have here on the converter that, again, Art Deco or Greek keyband, and then you have Leonardo Officina Italiana there. Now if I move the piston, you can move it down, and then if I keep turning it the wrong way, instead of it coming to a hard stop, it clicks. And I do like that. It's got a clutch mechanism on that piston, and I do like that when pens have that ability. Now, I did say this has a music nib, so this music nib has 3 tines to it, not the regular 2 tines that you would see on a normal nib. And this is a 14 karat gold music nib. The section here, there's a little bit of a step down here, but not a lot. The threads are a little sharp, but not sharp that you feel them if you rest your fingers on them. The body, or this section here, tapers down like a bottleneck to a gold ring here. And I just find that these Grandes are really, really comfortable in my hand. Can you post the cap? It's ebonite. Yes, you can. I don't normally post caps that are ebonite or bodies that are ebonite, because ebonite is hard rubber or vulcanized rubber, and you can, if you're not careful, if you put it on too hard, you can scuff it. Plus also you've got the blind cap here that can be unscrewed. So personally I wouldn't post the cap, but you can post the cap if you really do want to. But for me, whether or not you post the cap or not post the cap, the cap posts quite deeply. It doesn't feel back weighted, and if you don't post the cap, I still find that it's actually a really good size in my hand. If I hold it up here on the threads, and like some people do, it also feels very comfortable. And sometimes I do hold my pens a little bit more on the threads where I feel appropriate to do so. But for me, I think this is a win-win. I do like that music nib. I do like music nibs in general. Not only does it have the 3 tines there, but it also has 2 holes there on the nib for the breathing. But it's a nice nib. There's probably not a lot more that I can say about this pen. It really is a nice pen. So I think with that, we'll do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at 150 millimeters in length, and the length of the cap, we're looking at 65 millimeters in length. Now the full length of the body, we are looking to the tip of the tines around 134 millimeters in length. So this really is an oversized pen, and it just feels really nice in the size of my hand. I do like these Grandes. They really are nice, and this has an ebonite feed on it. A red ebonite feed. It just actually just looks the part and feels the part. So let's do a weight check. So the full weight of the pen, uninked, is just under 38 grams. The weight of the cap is just over 11.5 grams. And then the weight of the pen, we are looking at just under 25 grams, and that is uninked. Let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Pelikan M600 Turquoise White. We have a Pelikan M800 Grand Place. We have a Visconti Kaleido Voyager in the Yellow Dawn. We have a Pilot Vanishing Point in black and gold trim. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the Hawaii. We have the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande in the Art Deco Blue or Cobalt. We have a Scribo 3 in the Bologna Blue. We have a Classic Pens LM1 in the Flame Red. We have a Visconti Brunelleschi, and we have a Pineda La Grande Bellezza in the Rhodolite. So let's do a writing sample. So this is Leonardo, and it is the Momento Zero Grande, and it is, if I can actually spell Grande, and it is the Art Deco, and it is the music. Oops. Running out of ink. Music nib, and it's a 14 carat gold nib. Now the ink in here is Franklin, Christoph, Spanish Blue. Now it is a music nib, so it is putting down really a broad to double broad. Can you push this nib? You can push it a little bit more, and it is a music nib. It does require a lot of ink flow, hence why you have an ebonite feed, and also you have a juicy wet ink flow. Now in terms of wetness, another wetness. Now there you go. This is quite a wet nib. Now it is more wetter on the downstrokes, and to be honest, you're going to see that on a music nib because it really has a much wider set of tines. So you're going to see the cross strokes being a lot drier, which is what you'll see on these two here, and then you'll see on the downstrokes it being a much wetter pen. So this is the review of the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande Art Deco, and this is a music 14 karat gold nib. I'd like to thank John at stjohnspens.com for sending me this pen for loan, for review. If you haven't checked out John already, check him out at stjohnspens.com. He's also St John's Pens on Instagram. If you want to check him out at a pen show, he will be at all of the UK pen shows in the 2020 calendar, and he will also be at most of the European pen shows in 2020 also. If you don't get a chance to check him out at a pen show, or you can't make it to a pen show, then do check him out at stjohnspens.com, where he sells these pens. So again, I'd like to thank John for sending me this pen on loan for review. And this is the review of the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande Art Deco with a music nib. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.